I'm Renee Rochelle, the founder and president of One True Match. I'm here to help you find and cultivate the love of your life. For over a decade, I've dedicated my life to the importance, purpose, and dynamic of human relationships. My team and I are disciplined by faith, love, and integrity to help our clients find the quality relationship they've always dreamt of. Each week, I will be sharing the tools and tips I've learned that have rooted my success as a matchmaker with other leaders around the world.
Hello, loves. I am so excited to do our 100th episode of our podcast, One True Talks, for season 2, which is all about couch talk. On the couch, of course, with me and our guests. And after 100 episodes and tons of our amazing audience feedback, just like yourself, I love that I get the opportunity to be sitting on the couch with so many incredible people coming up this season and really having more of an interaction with you, our guests, our audience. So I wanted to sneak up and do this 100th episode. I asked my entire team that had somebody already booked, but I wanted to do it one-on-one with just you. Because I think the most intimate relationship you have, of course, in our faith is with God, right? But also the next intimate relationship we need to have is with one-on-one in ourselves. And so when I talk about what couch talk is all about, it's truly not meant to be, let's talk, something's wrong. It's truly meant to make a movement in today's society of truly what couch talk is and can be, not only in your own relationship with your friends, your family, if you're single, while you're practicing to be in that relationship. But it's amazing for our already now engaged, married couples who use this as a tool that's a beloved way to romanticize your relationship in all areas of intimacy, to pillow talk, to couch talk, to have that one-on-one conversation. So I love personally every day waking up and starting off with a devotion. If you've watched my podcast in the past, so if you haven't, please go back to all of our other episodes, our 100 episodes prior, and learn a little bit about, I would say what couch talk is. We talk about it. There's great other podcasts of relationship advice, and we're going to still give that for sure. But I want to have these moments where I'm just connecting with you and I'm sharing with you intimate things that have happened along the journey of not only my life, but also our clients' lives and people that we're going to bring into this, because love in today's dating world is not easy. And it's something that I always tell everybody, it takes a village to, find that person, to connect with the right one. And then it's the continual relationship guidance that it takes to get you to that utopia love that God has truly designed for you to have and find. So I thought today, since none of my team is here yet, to just do this in a way that's just together. I've even lit a candle because I love doing this every morning when I wake up, is reading a devotion, and I thought this one was perfect today. And just connecting with you, my audience, before I start my prayer time for everybody that needs an extra special prayer, including myself, for all things that we do for not only our clients, but our friends in all life situations that are happening. So I'm going to start it off, and today's devotion was incredibly amazing. And so it says, Lord, help me to keep my mind focused on you and not on distracting events around me. Help me to trust you so much that I am not fearful by my own emotions. Help me to not even fear bad news, because I know you are in charge of my life and you will walk with me and protect me. This is from Isaiah 26:3. And I thought that was super powerful today on our 100th episode, that I always say it's so important to, first of all, set your intentions every day to be able to have a peaceful and loving destiny that God has planned for you in your love life, right? But it also has to start in your personal life. So there's so many times I always tell everybody, like, in order to master this lifestyle that everybody talks about when we go through our needs and wants and what somebody's looking for, and they're clueless sometimes when I talk about, well, what have you been specifically praying for with God? What conversations have you been having with him lately to understand your true needs and wants to be able to be intentional and prayerful. And I always say God gives us so many choices every day. We have a choice to make a decision. And so what are we doing to clear our mind, to focus on the intention of where our destiny is with the dream love of our life? And at the end of the day, we all have goals and we all have things that we want to achieve. But if you want an incredible love life, whether you're single, you're dating, or you're engaged, we all know, or if you don't know, it does begin with you. And so through almost 15 years of studying marriage and relationships and teaching this and preaching it and the success stories that we have, which is over 400 successful marriages and 0 divorces, which I have to say, not just because of me, but because of my team and our incredible coaches, it does truly take a village to be able to connect and to enrich a relationship that you truly desire. So in our upcoming new series called On the Couch, Couch Talk Conversation with Renee, I am so excited to teach you the tools and the things that you're going to need going forward to be in that successful relationship, not only to attract it, but to keep it and keep it lasting. So truly it becomes a lifestyle choice, not only in your life, but in your partner's life, that I believe it is my mission along with our team to spread that seed to every way of doing a healthy Christian relationship. And I'm so excited that we have our pastors coming on. We have our love angels that are joining us. We have couples that are going to be on our podcast this season, and also experts in the fields of psychology and intimacy coaches, and just all these incredible, powerful people that are keeping our love alive, not only in ourselves, but also manifesting that out to other people. And also being intentional. I think the one thing that I never had a clue before I had found my faith and the love that I have today for the Lord in all things, that I believe He's using my voice to connect to you, who's been through all different angles of life, that I'm going to share more of the stories through this journey in time on the couch when we're chatting. So another one of my favorite things to share with everybody, and I think that's why I was so excited about having this new series where I'm able to connect with the audience way more personal, because my favorite thing is to have conversations with complete strangers, getting to hear their story. And I always say it is so, so important that you are always speaking with purpose. And every conversation you have, hence couch talk conversation, should be driven by purpose. So as we go through this series, and if you go back to our previous podcast, it's really important, I guess, that I explain, since this whole new series is about being on the couch and having couch talk conversation. Couch talk doesn't mean it literally has to be on a couch. Other than, of course, this series, we're going to do it way more casual, feeling like you're in the living room having a conversation with us. But couch talk is really designed to have that precious, purposeful time that either you've prepared for or you are intentional in the conversation you're about to have, whether this be with, like I said, a sibling, whether it be with your children, whether it be with a colleague, whether it be with the love of your life. Couch talk can apply in all areas. It is an easier way to basically say, I need some one-on-one time together to have conversation that's intimate, that's like purposeful, that is gonna get somewhere, and we're both coming with our guards down, totally open-minded, not judgmental, to hear what the other person is thinking, going through, feeling, emotionally experiencing. And the other person receives that in a way that's not biased, that's not judgmental, that's not quick to respond, and is truly listening because they love you, they care about you, and they want the best for you. And the one thing with couch talk that I say all day long when people sit there and have conversations, too many times people are quickly thinking what they're going to say back, and they're not truly listening. So back in the days, people would have these talking sticks, right? Like in psychology, in other areas, they'd be like, okay, who has the talking stick? This person's talking and this person's talking, right? But Couch Talk is really designed to say, let's grab a cup of coffee, let's grab a cup of tea, let's grab whatever your favorite beverage is and close out everything else. Close out your emails, close out your phone, close out the animals, close out your pets. Just nobody else is there, but it's designated time on your calendar for the two of you to really plug in. Now, a lot of times, especially more for my men, I hear, oh my gosh, this is going to turn into an emotional bombshell. Well, if us women out here are also listening, which they should be, it's really important that you don't use, like I say this all day long, is you don't use Couch Talk is this moment that is like a do or die, the line is in the sand. Couch Talk can be as simple as actually sitting on the couch with no distractions, hardly saying anything, but just smiling at each other, spending time together, remembering amazing memories to get to a point to say, you know what, babe, I love you so much, and I have had such a hectic schedule, or I've had really difficult times focusing on this or focusing on that, and I'm sorry I haven't been present as much as I really wanted to. And I want to hear in your heart and your mind how maybe that's affected you, or what I can do better to be more what your expectations are or your desires are, and how can I help you to become, I always say to my women, like, how can I help you to be more of the head of the household, or take lead when I'm constantly taking over, or do these things. And so it's really meant to say, how can I plug into you like we did when we were first dating, or we first met, or if you're doing this with your children, right? Like sitting down and saying, I want to get to know you for who you are. And if you've never done Couch Talk before, my recommendation is, I always tell everybody, take the 5 love languages, take the personality assessment, do what it is to kind of understand and study yourself, and come fully knowledgeable of who you are to articulate and explain that to somebody. But also ask that partner or that friend or whoever else it is that's doing that as well, so that you literally plug into one another and you have Couch Talk conversation, which is just meant to understand each other better. And the conversations that like literally flow off of that, it is insane how much deeper you connect with somebody on a very personal level. And you're better to understand each other when things happen going forward. So Couch Talk is then desirably fun, because you're not just sweeping things under the rug, you're actually having conversations, and you're maturely doing a relationship that's growing. So I always tell everybody, like, it's so important that you're romancing your love life, right? And how do you do that? So in order to romanticize, I say, your love life, you've got to learn how to romanticize your communication intimately with whoever is important to you in your life. I think the one thing, and many things that were never taught in school, or were never taught until like we either go to school for psychology, or in my case, I've studied this and I've got years and years of conversations I've had with people and watching their relationships go up and down and ebb and flow, and divorce, which is like 64% out there. That's crazy. Why is that? That's because we're not having Couch Talk conversation, because we don't even know how to have conversations with ourselves to articulate who we are, to have better understanding of not getting mad at somebody for doing something, but better understanding of who they truly are, to connect on a level where it's so much more intimate, because you understand where they're coming from, or you want to take a part in understanding that. So when you look at them, when they're in these moments, you literally can say, okay, this is just the makeup, this is the person that God has designed them to be. And so instead of getting angry, write it down on whatever it is, to say, I want to better understand you. When you get really upset about this, or you get really frustrated, what can I do better in those scenarios, instead of maybe walking away or doing something, that is not speaking the same love language or personality type, and because we're so uniquely different, but we want to come together, and men and women just naturally, communicate differently. Like I was literally, and I feel like I've studied men a lot, and I've been around men a lot, and I've had a lot of conversations with men, and vice versa, women, right? Obviously. And it's funny how to this day still, the littlest text messages can be read so differently. And so it's really important that we're having these couch talk conversations so that we can better coexist as a union in a joyous, romantic, speak purpose into each other's life that truly, I believe, at the end of every day, that's all God wants us to feel and do and be great at, so that we can build a community, we can build conversations one by one, couple by couple, throughout the world to be able to educate and communicate in a way that's way more loving and romantic and fun. And so again, it begins with you. I am so excited to teach so many more tools in this journey ahead, to do this one-on-one with you, to have more and more connections. I hope and trust and cannot wait for you to help fuel what God has already brought us with the love and romance and relationships that we are, like, obviously globally putting hearts together for the right person. And I'm so excited to be, with you one-on-one and connecting with you in all ways. So I am going to love and leave you. I know I've been talking, I feel like, for more than I expected to just jump up here and do a quick podcast with you. But I can't wait for our next podcast to come out, where we start this new journey and conversation intimately that you will learn all about, and tips and tools that'll help you in all of the success of your relationships in a community environment where we're all working towards the same goal of healthy love. I'm going to love and leave you and hope you have a blessed day.
It's been another great talk on this episode of One True Talks by Renee Rochelle. I look forward to our next chat. Please write in your questions and comments so I can be sure to talk about whatever it is you want to discuss in our next upcoming episode. Lots of love. God bless. XOXO.